was trending in social media was Uncle Tim. And they doubled down on this concept of liberal oppression. It is stunning in 2021 that those who speak about ending discrimination want to end it by more discrimination.
Does he have a point, especially when we learn now that that term, Uncle Tim, was trending for the better part of 5 hours before Twitter ultimately took it down? Is that fair? Is that balanced? Is that even right? Alveda King with us right now. Alveda, what do you think?
Neil, we know that the liberal community, they're very skilled at race baiting and stirring up emotions. When you call an African-American person Uncle Tim, you're referring to Uncle Tom, and that means that person is a sellout to our community. Senator Scott is exactly the opposite of that. He's done so much to serve America as a senator, especially the African-American community. It's almost as bad, well, it is as bad to call Senator Scott Uncle Tim, just like some people are calling President Biden Joe Crow. Now, in reference to Jim Crow, when I was a girl, I was raised by my family, my parents, to not call names because name calling does not solve anything. But in the instance of Senator Scott, it's misleading, not even true. And so Twitter lets it run to stir up the emotions and get people so angry that they can't hear facts and they cannot hear truth. It works until we, let's call their goal. Let's say, no, we're not going to be emotional. Give us some facts. Stop it. Grow up.
Alveda, I was thinking too, remember there was an investigation into the life story of Tim Scott and that it wasn't so dire for his extended family going back, generations that they said. And one of the points they quibbled on, well, your great-grandfather actually owned real estate. So never mind, I couldn't believe the logic of this argument. Never mind he was a slave. He was a slave who owned land. I found it preposterous just to argue the point, but yet that was the narrative, that he had overstated his family slavery narrative. It was incredible.
Senator Scott is a servant of America, a servant of all the communities that Senator Scott represents. He does it well. And all of the platitudes we're hearing, for example, and from the president himself, and he's going around the real problems that are existing in every community, especially the African-American community. He waves in front of us visiting George Floyd's family. So I have prayed with George Floyd's family. Senator Scott is going to be meeting with George Floyd's family. And so just to stir up all of the emotions and give no solutions, but then try to denigrate a man like Senator Scott and says he doesn't identify with the experience of African Americans. He is a beautiful picture of the American dream. And name calling, we really do. My uncle said, Martin Luther King Jr., we need to learn to live together as brothers and sisters. I say as sisters, or perish together as fools. Well, calling a wonderful American man who serves this nation Uncle Tim is not going to resolve any problems in any community, Neil.
Alveda, you dealt with similar language. They called you an Aunt Tom. I mean, that you've separated from the family. Everyone gets along.
Something came up and tied a scarf around my head and all that. Yeah, they did.
I know. But you dealt with that. So if you're now in a unique position to advise and help Senator Scott with this, how do you deal with that being African American and saying that Democrats are wrong on this stuff?
I have no doubt that Senator Scott will keep his hand to the plow, continue to serve America. He will not get petty and start calling names back or even trying to defend himself. He will continue to do good work. He will continue to overcome evil with good. He is doing a good job. People resent it. African Americans, somebody said that he's a Jim Crow whisperer working for the white supremacists. No, he's not. The people who are whispering and then coming in our faces and calling him bad names, those are the people we need to take a look at and pray for them and ask them to stop being childish and spreading all of this nonsense. This man, Senator Scott, is a servant to America, to every community, including the African American community.
Alveda, thank you very much. Appreciate your perspective.
Thank you for the
on all that.
opportunity. Thank you.
She could say that so much better than I think anyone else right about now.